Hello guys, and welcome to the 7th video of the HTML series tutorials. So in this video we're going to talk about quotations. And what are quotations? Well, let's say we got a paragraph that says the Queen of England said that said I like tea. Let's save it and see how it's displayed. Alright, exactly like we typed it in. But let's say that we wanted our browser to realize that this is actually a person's quote. It is the Queen's quote. We want the browser to recognize this as an actual quote and not just as text between double quotation marks. So what we have to add is an inline element, which is Q, and in here add the person's quote. If we save this, there's going to be no difference at all. You see, the Q inline element works just for our browser to know that a piece of text is an actual quote. But let's say that we did not want a quote to be inside a paragraph. We wanted a whole paragraph to be a quote. What we're going to do? We're going to do that like I like tea so much I would pay $176 for a cup. We could actually do it this way, but HTML has something even better. If we delete those and type in block quote, what we get is this: an indented paragraph which acts as a whole quote. So there are inline quotes which are marked as Q inside an actual paragraph, a marked paragraph, right, inline, and there are block quotes which are whole paragraphs. They work just as paragraphs, but they are by default indented and work as an actual and are an actual quote. But let's say we wanted it to appear differently. We do not just want text indentation. We want the background to be navy blue and the text to be white. What do we have to do? As you have probably guessed, we have to add some CSS, some style. We can do this here, add style equals blah 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 blah. But the best way to do this, and for all the block quotes to have this, in order to not add them manually, we have to add some style quote either inside the body or inside the head. So let's go and use a head. Type style, and in here type block quote and open angular brackets. This is the CSS syntax for formatting any HTML element. You type the type of, use a style element either inside the head or the body, it does not matter, it will work either way, and you type the element type that you want to edit. So The syntax to change the background color is background color, and then you add the color we want, which is navy, and color is the text color, which we want to be white. Now if we save this and refresh, we can see that our block quote has now white text in a navy blue background. There are many other colors like tomato or red or green. These are default CSS colors, or you can add any RGB color from 0 to 255 you want. 8-bit colors, I mean 24-bit total. But let's now leave it it's something like purple, I don't know. That's not that careful for the eyes. Let's go for navy. I like navy, sorry guys. I love the navy color. So now any block quote we add is going to have this format. Let's say we wanted one block quote to be different. We could either use style in here, inside this, these two quotation marks, and override this style, or we could set an ID attribute like, I don't know, potato, and use the ID up here and say I want potato to have a background color of yellow, and then it would become yellow. But let's delete that. We're going to talk about CSS in some other series, tutorial series, or some other lesson. So we got a couple block quotes. Let's say the USA has a GDP of $20 trillion. Save, and here we are. Who said that? We don't know, but somebody said that. I said that. It's a quote. It's a block quote. My block quote. So, what else? Let's say that we want to reference, to add a reference to a block quote. Let's say that John, which is me, said that, or that we actually got that from some other web page. We can add a reference or a site by typing the attribute site, and in here add a web page, for example. So https 3w wikipedia.org. And now this will not change anything, this will not display anything, but the browser will know that we got this block quote for this website from Wikipedia. Okay, so just so you know, you can use the site attribute inside the block quote. Now let's talk about abbreviations. What are abbreviations? GDP stands for gross domestic product. It is the sum of the worth of the products built or produced actually inside a country, inside the borders of the country. And the gross national product is the sum of the value of the products produced that belong to the country. For example, if an Italian company based in Italy produces, let's say, tables and chairs in Germany, the value of these tables and chairs would be added to Germany's GDP because they're inside Germany, but to Italy's GNP, gross national product, because the company is Italian. So let's say that we want the user to know what GDP means. I know what it means because I've studied a little bit of economics alongside with IT. But most people do not know not what it is. They don't even know what it means. So let's go ahead and add an abbreviation. Just like the Q element, ABBR for abbreviation is an inline element as well. But what does it do? Well, in here we explain what this is. For example, we want our user to know what GDP means. Whenever the user hovers his mouse over GDP, we want some text to be displayed. For example, let's say gross domestic product, right? For here. In order to do that, we have to go here and add an add an attribute called title and set it equal to gross domestic product. If we now save it and refresh, you can see some dots underlining our abbreviation GDP, and if we hover, you can see gross domestic product. It's real small, really. Alright, gross domestic product. Alright, so what else? You know about abbreviation, block quotes, end quotes. Let's talk about addresses. I'm not sure how it is pronounced exactly. So let's say that we've got you want to add an address of something. Let's say you got a company and you want to add your office's address. You add an address element, and in here you add all the information you need. It works pretty much like a paragraph, but it tells the browser that it is an actual address. What is so strong about HTML is that it can make the browser actually smart. The browser can know if a person has said this, or if we have simply typed something, where we found what addresses we've got, and other things, what is important and what is not, and other stuff. So let's say that we are on Fox Street 35. Now add a page break. On let's say London, add another page break. Let's say that the postal code is 55555. I don't know if that even exists. I've been in London, but I do not live there. And United Kingdom. If we save this now and refresh, we can see that it is not displayed like an actual paragraph. It's a little different. To compare it to an actual paragraph, let's delete this. Alright, so let's refresh. You can see it's like italics or something. Yeah, whatever. So let's say we wanted to add style to our address. We would have to go to style to add some CSS. Let's add a background color of, let's say, what should we add? Something dark. gray, maybe, yeah, gray, and white text. Let's save it. Yep, looks okay. Alright, so, what else? Alright, let's talk about citations outside block quotes. Let's say we got a photograph and image. Let's add the image, let's add source and add the couple, or actually let's add the camera and add style equals to what height do we want, height, let's say 200 pixels, and width to be automatic, and say let's refresh and see it displayed. Where is it? Come on. Oh yeah, I forgot the extensions. JPEG. Okay, here it is. Let's say that we want to add some text, a label underneath the camera, right? We have to insert an actual paragraph. Sorry about that. And inside the paragraph, say that this photo is called the camera. In order for the browser to understand that the camera, these two words are the title, sorry, that camera is the title of the image, we have to add another inline element which is called site. And if we save this, it will appear in italics-like, in an italics-like form, and the most important is that the browser will know that this is a title, an actual title. Alright? So what's left? One more thing. That's kind of nice. Let's say you want to be a little playful and write sometimes I like to look myself in the mirror. But to make this more playful, we want mirror to appear in the opposite direction. Okay, let's add some page breaks here and here. Alright. You can invert any text you want vertically, sorry, or horizontally, by adding another inline element which is called video. Alright, you have to have mirror in here, and add the attribute dir for direction, and add RTL, which stands for left to right. Now if I refresh, you got RORIM. Alright? If you spell this backwards, it's mirror, and we just inverted it. Alright guys, so this is pretty much it. What did we learn in this tutorial? Oh, I did not change the title. Oh my god, do I have to? Do I have to? Quotations. I know how to quote and quotations. Alright. Now it's complete. Quotations in HTML. You know how to add quotes without adding actual quotation marks. You can see they cannot be marked. They are not considered text by the browser. They are just displayed. Right? Then we also learned a little bit of CSS, but we're gonna be covering more of this stuff later. You know how to add a block quote. You know how to add I got a brain lag again. How to add abbreviation. You know how to add addresses. You know how to add sites, like here, and you also know how to use BDO, which stands for bidirectional override, if I'm not mistaken, with a direction of right to left. Right, that is pretty much, guys, for quotations. In the next video, we I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna find out in the next video. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and see you in the next one.